Hi guys, I hope you're doing great. In this video, we'll discuss a variety of Excel tips and tricks. The agenda I'll show you in a minute. Keep in mind, this is the part 1 of my Excel tips and tricks series. Part 2 will be posted in a week from now. So if you're new on my channel, take a second to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any upcoming video. You can also explore other videos on my channel. So, the agenda is as under. Considering the case when we have a lot of rows in our data set and we need to scroll down to see the other parts of the data set, so we can notice one thing: we have missed the view of our header as soon as we scroll down. So if I scroll down, you can see I cannot see the header anymore. So it can be quite difficult if you have a lot of columns. You cannot remember all of the column headers. So what you need to do is you can freeze these columns, and for this you need to go to view, and here you have this option freeze panes. You select on freeze panes, and you can freeze the top row. By this we can see the header is now freezed, and if I scroll down now, the header stays there, and I can very smoothly and very simply I can see that which data belongs to which column. And this is not only the case with the column, you can also this is not only the case with these basically columns. You can do it with the rows also. For example, if you go to view and you say freeze all pans, freeze first column. Let's do it like this, and now we can see if we have a lot of columns and I keep on moving towards the right, so the first column is freezed, it does not move. Let's consider that case in which you have an Excel file in which you are writing some data on a regular basis, and there are some complicated input terms which are a bit lengthy and you need to type them every single day. So with Excel, this auto correct functionality, you don't need to remember and write those extensive lengthy textual data, but you have built-in shortcuts to handle that. For example, if you want to write this name Arthur Schmidt, what you need to do is you need to write AS, basically combined. So in this case, if I write AS and I hit enter, I can see it automatically writes the name. For example, I have this what is this, so I write WIS and it automatically interprets it to what is this. In order to handle this, what you need to do is go to file and then options, and you have the option here proofing autocorrect options, and basically here add the list of all those shortcuts that you want to enter. For example, I say hey, listen to me, so this is going to be something like this: hey, listen to me. And I select add, I select OK, I select this, and now hey, listen to me, enter, and you can see you don't need to write them, you don't need to remember them. With just only few basically characters input, you have the data right away. Considering the case when you have a massive data set in a file and you want to compare different parts of the file with other parts, so what I meant to say is if you want to compare the data of maybe May with the data of September, so one solution could be that you can select them like this, and you can see the first value, this is going to be 8939, and this is also the same, and then you look for the second value, third value, and then you keep on moving. But we can see there is a lot of distance between them and there is a high chance of mistakes. So we can do it in a more simple way by going to this split pans option, and with this, so we need to understand that these four pans So these four pens are exactly the same replica of each other. The only thing is we need to scroll right or left or up and down, and we need to adjust to the right parts of those pens and put them closer to analyze and compare the data. For example, I want to compare the data of May with, let's suppose, okay, let's suppose August. So here you can see that the data of May is now placed next to August, and with that I can see it right away that these data, it looks exactly the same. So this is not only the case with columns, you can also compare different rows with one another. For example, comparing A8 with comparing A5, or maybe comparing A8 with any other row. So you can simply scroll up and down in these four panes. We could have a case in which we have a lot of different Microsoft Excel sheets open at one point in time. So maybe it's a more of a chaotic situation. How can we keep a track of which files are currently more important and which are not? Basically sheets. So for example, in this case you can see I have a lot of different sheets open at the moment, but with Excel you can hide those files which are not required at this moment. So you don't need to delete them, you can simply hide them right away, and you can unhide them at a later point in time. For doing that, you need to select the sheet, right click, and here you have this option hide. You select hide and you can see automatically that sheet is gone. You're not gonna see it anymore here in this list. If you want to unhide it, you need to select on any other sheet, and you need to select any other sheet, you need to select unhide, and you will see it asks for example, let's suppose the case in which you have a lot of different hidden sheets. Then you need to specify, you need to select which one you want to unhide. In this case we have this one, and I can see it, this sheet is already back to life. Considering the case when you have a couple of different Microsoft Excel files open in memory and you want to switch between those Excel files, so you can either do them manually by simply selecting them, or maybe you can do it right from inside of Excel. You need to go to view and you need to go to switch windows, and you can see currently I have these two Excel files open. If I select sample data, then automatically this is a different file, this is open, and once again I can go to view and I can switch back to the other Excel file. If you have a couple of different Microsoft Excel files open in memory and you want to analyze them in parallel, and you want to put them in one single view, so either you can do it manually by simply dragging and dropping the files into different parts of the screen, or maybe you can go to view and you have this option here, arrange all. So with that option you can specify if you want to put them vertically next to each other. You select OK, and we can see this is one file, this is second file placed next to one another. We can also specify them to be placed horizontally, and they will automatically adjust. Pretty handy and saves a lot of time. Oftentimes when we are working with huge series of data, we need to perform a lot of computations, aggregations and summarizations. With the quick analysis tool of Microsoft Excel, we can do it with just a few clicks. We need to select the data, and then we need to select this icon, quick analysis, and with this we can perform a lot of operations just with a single click. We don't need to type in the functions to perform the aggregations. If we go to totals, we can perform, for example, the average right away, counts and some basic stuff. Apart from that, we can also draw these charts right away. We can perform a lot of formatting, color coding and lots of stuff with this. Considering the case when you have a lot of different Microsoft Excel sheets in your current file, and you want to see the list of all the sheets that you have created so far, So you can see that you do not find any option here to see the entire list. So you can just click on these three dots to simply navigate between all the sheets that you created, but you do not see a list. So the solution that I found out is you need to select any of the open sheets and select on view code, and that's how you will have a list of all the sheets that you have created in the current Excel project. If you have a very big data set that you doubt to contain blanks, then you can simply analyze the data right away in Microsoft Excel, and you can remove the blanks right away with it. So what you need to do is you need to select the data set, and you need to select here basically data and filter. And once these filter icons are on, you need to go to, for example, one of the filter, select it, and here you can see you have all the values along with these blanks. So select blank, and this is going to select only those two columns. Here you can see the one in blue. So these two rows, they are basically blank. So you need to right click, delete row, delete entire sheet row, select OK, and those blanks are automatically deleted. And then select all, and you can see right away you have rest of the data completely clean and the blanks are already gone. There are basically other techniques also to remove blanks, but this is just one of the most basic and simple one. Every time you come across the situation when you need to insert a single line into your data set, what you could do is generally you click somewhere on the row, on any column, and you select insert. By this, it asks you if you want to insert an entire row. You select OK, and you can see automatically one row has been inserted above this line that you selected. What happens if you want to insert 10 rows or maybe 30 rows? You cannot do this operation 30 times. What you need to do is, for example, if you want to insert 3 more lines at this point, you need to select 3 rows, doesn't matter how many columns. You select, then insert, select entire row, and you select OK, and automatically these rows have moved down, and we have now the space for 3 rows right away. With that being said, thanks a lot for watching the video. If you guys haven't subscribed my channel till now, kindly spare a second to subscribe now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.